So what up guys, hope you good. This is the TheAnonymousFX and we are back again with another video. This time around it's a different video. Most probably you would be thinking that maybe this was going to be episode 3 of the Road to the Max Funded series or another Forex Market Outlook. Unfortunately this time around it's something different. We've heard your cries on Instagram where you guys are talking about how you want more of a video to show you how to read market structure, how to enter and everything. But we're gonna start another series now. This is gonna be mastering structure or mastering forex, which is gonna be a different series. Yeah, and the first one right now is just how to read the trend. How to read the trend. I'm gonna give you more of a skeleton, what is a trend, and then we go to the charts and have more of the live market type of examples. So let's start with it without wasting any time. What Before you even know how to read a trend or how to read the market structure, you need to know what is a trend. There are two types of trends. There is a bullish trend and a bearish trend. I know there's a third one, which is a ranging one, but we're not really going to be focusing on that one because that is one of the trends, or that is one trend that you do not want to be trading. You want to be following something that has momentum either to the upside or the downside. And a bullish trend is a price movement where we see a creation of new highs and higher highs, meaning that price will continue going up and up, but as you know that the price does not move in one direction, we see the market moving in a way of creating waves. So this is where the market will be moving something like this. You will see the market moving up, coming back down, coming back down, up, coming back down, coming back down, but we are going to be showing you. So reading just the structure right here without any contradicting thing, or just as simple as it can be. This is where the price created its low. This is where price created a high. That's the very first 2 points that will be creating a trend. Should this high be broken above, then it means we are going up to create a higher high, which is a high higher than the current high, right? And this would be the higher high. But where we turn before we create the higher high, we would be calling it a higher low, which is a high which is a bit lower than the current high, right? And as it goes, if price doesn't break this high and has something like this, then we would wait for the lowest point before the market creates that movement that will break above the recent high. And I believe that is as easy as it could be, but you need to understand that in this movement as it's going up right here, as you see me somehow showing you with one line, it's not always like this. It will not always move in a line. And with that being said, you will see that in a minor time frame. So if this is daily, this is what you would be seeing on 4 hourly on this move, or 1 and 2 moves, or even the third one, which is here, that created a new higher high, which I'll also just be putting here. And this is where how you be reading the structure. Do not stress about the entries at the moment. This is how you just want to be making your eyes to be trained, or training your eyes to be able to see the structure, or to be able to see the trend as it goes up, and that's more or less it with the bullish trend. And as I said, there are two types of trends, and if you know already, you will know that the next one is a bearish trend, right? And a bearish trend is a price movement where we see a creation of new lows and lower lows, right? And as I did say, that the trend will always begin with two movement, right? And at this point, we'd be seeing the the higher low, the high I meant to say, and the low right here. And if price breaks above this, then we would have been having a bullish trend. But now, as you can see, it's breaking the previous lows, which is now not the current low. This is the current low, and as price dropped and broke below it, it creates a lower low, which is a low lower than the current low. And where it turned, where it stopped, or where it turned, the turning point before it broke and created a new lower low, that would be our lower high, which is a low higher than our current low. And you will see a series of lower highs and lower lows. A lot of people would be coming, most probably, if you not a beginner, you would know, you've seen people plotting trend lines, but at the moment we are focusing on clean and pure price action, just reading structure without trend lines or without support and resistance at the moment, just giving you more of a fundamental view of what is, or a fundamental lesson on trends and trends only. So as you already know, these moves will not always be one move going down or one move going up. It will always be in a trend, in a more of a wave manner. And that on its own, you will see that we do have this, that would be our minor trend, right? Just give me a moment. Let me just move to the left. Yeah. And the minor trend will be like this. As we are going down, we'll be creating new lows, new lower lows, and lower highs as we go down. But now focus on trend following. This is what we call it trend following. And trend following has only one rule: make the trend your friend, right? Make the trend your friend and follow the trend. Because, for an example, if you are swimming, you do not want to be swimming against the direction of the water, because that on its own will just be setting up yourself for failure. Meaning you will get tired at some point, and now the water will start pushing you to wherever it wants to. But if you follow it, you give yourself an advantage into just having speed and progress as covering distance. So it's also the same thing with the market. You will just be moving more or less to be in profit and be able to understand how and when to catch those entries. And as I said, we're not only going to be talking or showing you this, we are also going to be going deeper into the trend, into the current market, and show you. Let's head there. So as I said, we are going to show you on the charts what we were talking about. So as you can see, I'm going to start with whichever one. I can start with the bullish trend right here, or I can start with the bearish trend right on the side. But let us start with what happened first. Gonna be plotting these two, which would be my high and my low. That is my high there, that is my low. This is my lower high, this is my lower low, this is my lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. As you can see, this didn't create the move to the downside. This is my lower high, and down here is my lower low. And as I did say on the previous section, that you will find some times where you will see the market moving like this, but do not think that it's just one move happening like this. It's when we drop down to the lower time frame, you will see price moving in a different manner. So let me just also at this point just mark this point, and from there get into just labeling it. So as I did say, this is my lower high, my lower low, or my low at the moment, because that's where we're starting the trend. And from there, I'm also going to be using Okay, I don't want to use acronyms. Let me just continue using full words. So this is our low, it's right here, and this is our lower high just up here. And from there you will see me just moving to the lower highs and the lower highs, and from there also I will just be marking my lower lows before I put in that line to see if we did break to create a new lower low. And as you can see that we never had any price that broke below this lower low right here. So it's unfortunate that price decided to change, and that is called a reversal, so, or a trend change, which is something we're gonna be touching on as we move forward. But for now, let us focus on just the trend following. And as you can see, I think it's clear. This is our high, this is our low. Let me just also do this and make that our high. You see, it's as easy as it can be, but we will be looking at these movements right here, where price was somehow going to the downside, and try and see what is the market, or how was the market moving on a lower time frame. As I did tell you that on a lower time frame, it's something, there's a minor structure. So these are the movements we are talking about. Let me just use an eclipse. We see that these are the moves we are I'm going to be referring to. Now let us drop down to a lower time frame, which could be a 4-hour or more of a 30 or 1 hour right here. And just so you can see, this is what I was referring to. On a lower time frame, you can see that we are having a trend moving to the downside, and we are also having a trend moving to the downside. And even with this one, when you go down to smaller time frames like your 1 hour, you are going to see that we are having more of smaller trends inside of it, because that's what we call a minor structure. But that will come in handy for your time, for your entry points and so forth. But for now, let us focus on the structure itself. And that is it on just reading the structure on a bearish type of movement. Let us head to the next one, which would have to be bullish movement. So same chart, nothing different. This is where we start with our low, and this is our high. But you're going to see this is our higher low and our higher high, and this is our higher low, or higher high, higher low, higher high. And I believe it is that simple, that it continued to the top up until price is, as you can see, it's kind of moving to the downside. Now this is where you're going to be anticipating that price will continue to the top, because this is where we have our higher low, our higher low and our higher high, and we could be anticipating that price will be playing around here before pushing to the upside. But for now, let us now also start on the bullish movement, and just be marking it and labeling it, so that you can see why is it that we are bullish, or why are we saying that the market is bullish. I will associate colors with the trends. That's why you will see me using green for downside and green for upside and red for downside, because normally when you are not in profit or when you are holding a loss, that would be red, and when you're holding a win, it would be green. And I believe as it's green, your equity curve will be going up. But yeah, that's something we're gonna be, if you are a beginner, you will familiarize yourself with, or you will start learning as we go deeper. So this is our low right here, and this is our high, and that's our higher low, and that's our higher low. So I'm going to be marking these high lows up until I get to the last one, and from there, before I mark the higher highs, I will be marking these. And the last one up there is our current or recent higher high. From there, we are going to be moving into marking our higher highs. And this is where we are. And as you already know, these moves just right here, which I'll also be marking just now, and also going to be showing you, not these ones, these are just called minor counter trends. We're going to focus that when we are touching the entry strategy, but for now, let us be focusing on trends and trends only. So these moves, these are the moves I'm talking about. We'll see, since this is daily, as we drop down to the 4 hour, you're gonna see that they are on a daily they are just straight, but on a lower time frame you can see that we are having trend or minor structure continuing to the upside. Same thing with just here, and sometimes you just have to zoom in to see the structure clearly, but you can see that this is what happened. And the more you train your eyes into seeing this, the easier it will be for you to be opening a chart and say, oh, we are in a bullish trend and I am going to be looking for buys. And I think that's one thing I forgot to talk about. If it's a bullish trend, we then we look for buys, and if it's a bearish trend, we look for sells. So this is where you just open the market and say, okay, we are bearish, and I believe as we are bearish, the market will continue selling. Or now we are bullish, we'll continue buying. This is where I'll be looking for buys and buys and buys, you know. Then we are going to get into that where we show you how to enter or what is it that you need to look for to enter a trade. But for now, let us just deal with this. If you have any questions, please do comment down here, and please do leave a like, and let us see you once again on the next video where we'll be talking about trend reversals. Cheers.